You ever listen to native English speakers and notice those little questions they stick on the end of their sentences? Well, that's a super common trick that makes conversations just flow. Today, we're going to break down exactly how to use these tag questions so you can sound more natural and confident. Let's get right into it.
Okay, let's jump straight in with a little puzzle. Take a look at this. We need a gardener. How would you finish that thought? What's the little question you'd add on the end there? Go on, have a think.
And there it is. Don't we? That little phrase right there, that's a tag question. It's like a little echo that turns a simple statement into a way to connect with someone, to check if they agree. It's a massive part of everyday conversational English.
So the big question is, how do you know if it should be don't we or do we or something totally different? Well, it all comes down to one really simple, really powerful idea. I like to call it the rule of opposites.
Here's the first half of the rule, and it's super easy. If your main statement is positive, your tag question has to be negative. Think of it like magnets, Opposites attract. We need a gardener. Is positive, so the tag is the negative, don't we? Jack Hill wants, that's positive too, so the tag is negative, doesn't he? Simple, right?
And you guessed it, it works the exact same way in reverse. If you start with a negative statement, your tag question flips and becomes positive. We didn't talk, that's negative, so the tag becomes the positive, did we? We don't hire gets the positive tag, do we? It's all about keeping that perfect balance.
So let's just lock this in. This is the one law you really need to remember. Positive statement, negative tag. Negative statement, positive tag. Honestly, if you can get this one rule down, you're already like halfway there.
Okay, so we've got the positive-negative thing sorted out. But what about the actual verb? How do we choose the right one for the tag? That is the next piece of this puzzle.
All right, this is where people sometimes get a little stuck. We know it has to be the opposite, but which verb is it? Do, did, is, are? The good news is, the sentence itself gives you all the clues you need. You just have to know what you're looking for.
Just look at how this works. For a simple present tense verb like live, we use don't. But when there's an S on the end, like in loves, that's our signal to use doesn't. And if the verb is in the past tense, like enjoyed, well, that's your cue to use didn't. The main verb is basically telling you exactly what to do.
So here's the rule of thumb that wraps it all up. Your tag question just borrows the helping verb from the main sentence. Now, if a sentence doesn't have an obvious helping verb, like the ones we just saw, that's when you bring in the right form of do. So do, does, or did. That's it.
Okay, enough of me talking. You've seen the rules, you've seen the examples, now it's time to put all this knowledge to the test. Let's see if you can build some tag questions yourself.
All right, here's your first challenge. They bought some new shoes last week. What's the tag? Just think about those two rules, the rule of opposites and then finding that right verb. You've got this. Yes! Didn't they? Of course. Bought is past tense, so we know we need did. The statement is positive, so the tag has to be negative. Didn't. Amazing job.
Let's try another one. This one's a little bit different, so read it carefully. They don't usually watch TV. How would you finish that one?
Exactly. Do they? The main sentence, don't usually watch, is already negative, right? So the tag has to flip back to positive, do. You are definitely getting the hang of this.
All right, last one. Let's make it count. Khaled loves all kinds of sport. Pay close attention to that verb, loves. What's that S at the end telling you? Come on, you know this one.
Perfect. It's doesn't he. The verb loves tells us we need to use does. The sentence is positive, so we make the tag negative, doesn't. And since Khaled is a he, it fits perfectly. You absolutely nailed it.
So let's just recap everything with this handy little checklist. Anytime you need to make a tag question, just ask yourself these things. 1. Is the statement positive or negative? Then just make your tag the opposite. 2. What's the tense, present or past? That's going to tell you which helping verb you need to grab. It really is that simple.
So there you go. You've got the complete toolkit. You know the rules inside and out. The final question now isn't for me. It's for you. How are you going to start using these in your next English conversation? How are you going to use them to connect with people and just sound more, well, more like you? It's a really great skill to have, isn't it?